If there was a Mount Rushmore of American sports history, Tom Brady's face would be on it.
The hardest position to play in all sports is called quarterback. Right. It happens to be a position played in your sport of football.
Tom Brady, he comes over here to play for the Bucs and is age 43 and 44 seasons and throws 40 touchdown passes to break the Bucs all-time record, shatter it really. And then the next year breaks it again with 43 and looks just like he hasn't lost anything off of his arm. You know, he's playing as well as he ever has, really.
Let's start with the greatness comparison. Yeah. He's the greatest athlete of this generation. Yes, I'll have to agree with you. No argument there.
Tom Brady, ultimate wolf in sheep's clothing. He broke the all-time playoff record with 505 passing, 505 yards. And what does he put up 33 points on a top 5 defense.
And you know, when you ask him, how can you get better? He's not going to give you a statistical thing.
Right.
He's not going to give you statistical goals. But I just mentioned he's thrown 40 touchdown passes in each of his seasons as a Buccaneer, and now he has 3 of those in his career. That's tied for the NFL record. If he could do it again, that's the NFL record for most seasons with 40-plus touchdown passes.
Tom Brady does not care about stats. Well, he never has, he never will. And that's what makes him great in my mind.
All he did at age 43 was say, you know what, I'm going to go down there to Tampa, and I'm going to take over the Buccaneers with the worst winning percentage in the history of sports as a franchise, a team that went 7-9 the year before. I'm going to immediately transform them into a Super Bowl champion during a pandemic in which I can't even go in the park and throw to my new receivers. I can't play a single preseason game. I get thrown to the Wolves at New Orleans against our arch rival in my first ever game in a pandemic season, and I still live to tell about it with a Super Bowl championship at the end. Way to go, Mount Rushmore. No. That is Crushmore.
I put Muhammad Ali and Tom Brady in terms of maxing out their skill, whatever their God-given talents.
It's incredible. And so many of his records are just based on the fact that he's been in the league for so long. But this is showing that most of those are coming from here towards the end of his career. It's unbelievable.
I mean, Vinny Testaverde was in the league for a long time, too, and he ended up with a lot of yards, but not the type of numbers that Tom Brady's put in, because not only has he been in the league for a long time, but for so many of those seasons, he's had just incredible production.
If all things are equal in all sports, and we're talking about some of the individual sports, tennis, you brought up, boxing, you talk about golf with Tiger Woods, and then you talk about basketball, and obviously football. I have to give the edge to the football great over any other sport just because it's much more difficult to win that championship.
There's something about Ali and Brady's will and heart that just takes them to another level over other athletes.
You cannot have a Rushmore without a quarterback, and you cannot have any Rushmore without the quarterback, the pro football GOAT, the Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr., who has won 7 Super Bowls, and the first 6 came with game-winning drives in the fourth quarter or overtime. Impossibly great.
When you add everything up, he has to be at the top of that mountain because he has the greatest.
More clutch than Jordan. In his first 6 Super Bowls, Tom Brady won them with game-winning drives in the fourth quarter or overtime. First 6 out of 7.
I think he's probably the best competitor. I would say he's the best competitor ever.
Tom Brady has proven to be the greatest leader in the history of sports.
What Tom Brady has shown by his career record, and that career record is with so many moving pieces, and he still is the one constant that, as you said, football is a great game of skill, a greater game of will. For whatever reason, he has willed not only the Patriots, but he's willed his coach into being in the discussion as the greatest coach ever, when his coach as a head coach was a losing head coach before Tom Brady stepped on the field. All those things considered, I'm with you. With Tom Brady's the greatest.
I'm not betting against him. I always say, never, ever will I bet against that man.
His preparation, his willingness to put everything into it. He has no other life. I believe everything he says. It is all about winning.
Even at age 45, he's Rushmore.
Tom Brady's proven enough already that he is the GOAT of all GOATs.
Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe as I post a new Tom Brady video every day.